welcome back everyone, welcome back to the DreamHack Dallas catch-up stream. Here we go. We of course were live with this event last month. We were live casting it as one of the side streams, but there were some matches that did go uncasted. We're here to catch up. We're here to catch up with some of those matches. We're here to catch up with some of these best of fives as we have 2 series left. We are halfway through the broadcast. We just wrapped up with Showtime versus Maru, with Showtime versus Shin. Now we have herO versus Reynor. Now this was broadcasted, I believe, on the mainstream, but unfortunately we missed out. We missed out on that at the time we were covering our own series. I think we were casting maybe Gabe versus Down, or no, maybe one of the other matches, Give Me Her versus Solar. Regardless, we're going to be jumping in, we're going to be catching up, we're going to be jumping into our best of 5 ZvP. Let's go. Let us go. Game 1 is going to be on Persephone, and again, it's always a treat to see these two face off. Rabbit, they're still outside, I say that, I saw them this morning, I haven't seen them since then though. They're just, you know, off foraging the lands. No, not like this, but here we go. We're jumping into our best of 5, and spawning in the top left hand corner of Persephone, we have the red Protoss player, the South Green Protoss representing Twisted Minds. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player, we have the blue Zerg representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. Here we go. We are jumping into our ZvP, jumping into our fresh best of 5. Let's go. And again, Reynor and herO, the 2 players that really haven't faced off quite often, just because of how little games we see from Reynor as of late. I say that Reynor, he's kind of like Cyril, where they don't really compete too often when it comes to the online weekly tournaments. Here we see every single week, almost every single day, in all these online tournaments, all these online cups. Reynor less so, and we'll see what he's been cooking, we'll see what he's been preparing in preparation here for herO. Let's go. Let us go. But now we have our initial openers. Now nothing too crazy. We saw, I would say, a bit of a more passive ZvP last series. Showtime versus Shin, even when Shin was going for these all-ins or going for these more aggressive builds, would often do them on at least 3 bases, or mostly even on 4 bases. Whether it's 4th base just for larva or 4 base saturation into a 4 base all-in is what we typically saw from Shin, committing onto a lower tech army, or sometimes rushing into Hive, rushing into Lurkers, of course, forced into a longer game. We didn't see anything much earlier than that. There were no German taxis, there were no Queen walks across the map either. From the side of Reynor, I do expect more aggression out of our Zerg player. From our Protoss as well, true. Like, for the most part, Showtime was reacting, responding to his opponent, to Shin. Here we should be seeing a very different dynamic, as we have a very different kind of set of players. But now we're settling in. We should still be going for the initial Stargate into Oracle. herO, he does like to mix in Glaive Adepts. True. He was able to Glaive Adept the hell out of Cyril twice in the previous best of 7, and was able to catch Cyril with his pants down as well. So we could be seeing some of that in this series, I would imagine. But for now, it looks like a Stargate opener, as our pylons, they're not placed in such a way to hide the tech. If the pylon was further back here, behind or next to the gas geysers, behind the mineral lines, then we could see a hidden tech structure. But here, Stargate. So Stargate opener out of herO, nothing crazy. No Twilight Council. So we are setting up. So we are settling in. Reynor just joining up his natural, taking his 3rd. Careful, rabbits. Australia can be a dangerous place. True. Everyone has to watch out for the rabbits. You're not wrong. Aye. Oh, as we are going not for an Oracle opener, we're going to be opening up with a Void Ray instead. Interesting. Now, this can be designed to high tech or not. That's the danger here with Void Ray. That's kind of the uncertainty that it does push these Zerg into. Void Ray will be hunting down the Overlords and will be keeping Reynor in the dark. From here, it could be Void Ray into a Fleet Beacon, into a rush into Tempest, or a rush into Carrier. Could be Void Ray into a 2nd Stargate, into a 2nd Void Ray. Could be Void Ray into an Oracle, into a 3rd, into a standard opener. Or it could be Hidden Tech, into a Twilight Council. Oh, he's doing it! He's rushing into Skytoss, rushing into Tempest. I think Megawack was asking earlier, hey, like, are there any builds that don't go Oracles nowadays? This is one of them, yeah. So I mean, we even brought it up at the time, talking about a Tempest Rush kind of build, where you open Void Ray and go into a Fleet Beacon, I should say. And there it is. So we're rushing into Tempest, or technically this could also be a carrier rush. That's also accessible here for herO, but just a very cheeky build out of our Protoss. And Reynor, he's somewhat aware that something is wrong. He's checking for a third. He's checking for a third base. He's aware of the Void Ray. He's aware that something is wrong. Does follow up with a Roach Warren. So basically, Reynor is getting ready for Adepts. If this was Glaive Adepts, then Reynor, he would be ready for it. He is getting secure. Once again, he rotates. No expansion, no third. Again, this could be Tempest Rush. This could be Adepts. This could be something more committed. As herO is expanding. Tempests are amassing, getting into tectonic destabilizers. Again, the rush distance by air is quite short on Persephone, so this is one of the maps where this is even stronger, even harder. As Tempests are moving out. Does move out. Leads do scout, do confirm. Nice scouting here from Reynor. He is aware. Queen production is begun. Queens are rotating over towards the main. We do have some Spores already in position. They're repositioning here in preparation for the Tempest. So very nice reactions here by Reynor. He's setting up well ahead of time. All thanks to the Zergling. Zerglings, they confirmed everything. Spire is already on the way. Hidden here at the third. Tempest are poking in. And again, these Spores just buying time. Just buying time. Ensuring the Tempest doesn't get into the mineral line and doesn't shell away at the base. So again, it's all just about buying time here. It's not about killing the Tempest. The Tempest should not die to the Queens. That should not happen. It's all about keeping a cool, calm, and collected head. It's all about droning, taking extra gases, saturating. Lings and Roaches in position just in case there's a depth counterattack. Gas geyser does go down, but again, we took extra gases. The extra gases have been taken. It's okay. It's okay. As we built up to 4 Tempest. And we'll see if they can kill the expansion. Can he get on top of the base? Can he get on top of the main? So far, almost gets a Queen. Does get one. One Queen goes down. Spire has completed. Gets one drone as well. Ooh, gets another Queen. Yeah, more Queens are falling. And then we're just buying time for the Corruptors. That's going to be another 2, another 3, 4 Queens going down. Yeah, 4 Queens, 5. Getting 6, 7, 8. All the Queens have fallen. Tempest, they break on through the expansion. The expansion should go down as well. Reynor is already taking a backup base. And the main will fall. Reynor, he bleeds out a couple of drones. 6 drones do go down. Corruptors have arrived. Oh, they force a recall. They get 1 Tempest. They get 1. They get 2. Massive pickoffs, actually. 2 Tempests go down. Only 3 Tempests remain. We have a couple of Void Rays to defend. And Reynor is hunting for the other Tempest. Going for Roaches behind this. Again, Ravager supports can actually do quite well here for the Corruptors. Reynor, he does resaturate already. So he's on Assault 3 base economy, retaking his main. And from here, Reynor, he still has that economy going his way, going for the gold. Okay, true. I mean, here on Persephone, the gold is an option, and we'll take it. Gold is on the way. Roach speed is almost done. Again, we need those Ravagers. As Reynor is poking in. After all said and done, it's still a pretty tense position here. On the one hand, Reynor, his economy is fine, and the goal base allows him to recoup those losses, to recover. Void Rays are there hunting for those fringe bases. They avoid the Corruptors. And we can see here is switching into Blink, into Storm, into a ground-based composition. And he does find the expansion. He ignores it. Does ignore it. He's going for bottom right. He wants economic damage, more than just a base, but that also means that he's going to get caught out. Is there a recall? He does go for the hatchery. And should snipe. Corruptors are coming from behind. They will get one Void Ray. Oh, did I say one? They're going to go 4. Or 5 even. Yeah, every Void Ray goes down. This is an expensive trade for herO. Ay. There's 5 Void Rays. The scary thing here is that yes, he killed the base, but remember the gold, it's done. The gold is done, so we can just transfer. We can just transfer straight to the gold base, so it does not matter. Now the gold is more exposed, true. herO, he's going for it. He needs to bring down this gold. He cannot let it get up and running. herO does move in. Boys are evacuated. Lings, oh, they don't quite come in from behind. Storm is done. And nice snipe. Very nice snipe here. Whew, okay. Now suddenly sniping the bottom right hand base was worth it. Because he gets both. He gets both expansions. Storm is coming in. That's a lot of roaches though. And roaches, they just barrel on through. Tempest, they're going to be forfeit. Losing every single Tempest. Losing all the Void Rays as well. And now there's no Storms left. Yeah, there's no Storms remaining. Here, he has to get the hell out of here. Does pull away. Behind this does have a decent economy. And again, we're in a weird place. Okay, so as the dust settles here, we do see both players on around 80 workers. I would say that herO has the better economy. True. He does now have the better economy compared to Reynor. Reynor, he's massing up on Ling, Roach, Ravager. A very mid-tier army. A very cheap army as well. herO securing himself. Corruptors into the main. Ooh, going for +2. We'll bleed out a couple of Corruptors. herO does defend. herO defends. Storm, of course, is ready. He's got 3 Storms with his main army. Nice control. Cleans up the Lings. Same time, Reynor going for a Roach counterattack. It does break into the natural. Oh, files don't quite connect. Yeah, nice split set, nice control from herO. Storm does zone, but herO, he has no reinforcements with this. Oh, diving on the main army as well. Very aggressive moves here from herO. We'll lose the Archon. Archon goes down. Back at him here, forced to defensively warp in. So no reinforcements. 10 more Roaches on the way. 10 more Roaches. Meanwhile, Roaches do get into the mineral line. Ooh, bit of miscontrol there by herO. He gets caught out. We do get a Storm, but herO has to get the hell out of here. Yeah, he overextends. He overextends hard. Again, the reinforcements, they were just so delayed. If he could just keep going, then herO could have broken through. He could have broken through. But it'll cost him every High Templar. So no Storms are left. No Templar remaining. herO is forced back home. And Reynor holds. Reynor, he barely holds on here. Again, just really nice counterattacks and run-bys by Reynor. Just forcing back those reinforcements, keeping herO pinned. Reynor does survive. Again, otherwise that could have just been game. that could have just been it. Reynor double expanding. Reclaiming the gold. And here, he still has a pretty robust army. Still looking terrifying. Here, pulling away towards High Templar. Storms are ready. Oh. It's going to be 7 High Templar for herO. He's got 6 Storms. Oh my god. Oh, doesn't connect. Thankfully. Wow, does not connect. herO trying to keep up. Nice Storm. herO has a massive army. Does spend another Storm here. We have to count them. He's got, what, 2 Storms left. Cannot waste them. 2, soon to be 3. Gathering energy. the same time, Corruptors, they do hit the 4th. Here, he's maxed out. He cannot warp in. Uh-oh. Yeah, trading a base for a base. This expansion will fall. At the same time, Reynor catching reinforcements. Takes down the Immortal. Oh, at the same time, though, Reynor also getting caught out, losing every single roach. But here it does re-expand. Hopefully he transfers. As his workers all in this is mining, that could factor in. There we go. Yeah, he notices. Does notice. Does pull away. Catching another, almost catching another Immortal. Almost. Yeah, throughout all this, Reynor, he was taking up into lurkers. The lurker line is done. And can he hold? Can he hold the line? Oh. Yeah, lurkers are everywhere. They're on the right, on the left. Reynor, he defends. Lings 8 busts into the bases. And here he's racing all the way back home. Forced to recall. Corruptors in the main. These Corruptors, they've done a great job. Again, they killed the expansion. It's a really nice movement there from Reynor, and he has made it. The Hive is done. Hive upgrades are on the way. More lurkers are building up. He's got 16, soon to be 19 lurkers. Madison to the main. Here he just recalled. And no reaction. Yeah, doesn't see this. Doesn't see this in time. Madison will finish. Go nice into the main. Ooh, lurkers catching out the stalkers. Yeah, and here he'll lose everything. The stalkers, they crumble on both sides. Nidus is done. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in the Nidus. Oh, I'm loving the reinforcing Nidus though. Let's go. From here, the army can just teleport here from the center right into the main. There it is. Does head right in. Yeah, the production is under fire. Hero just falling apart here. Forced into a counterattack. All the High Templar across the map. Lurkers, they take over the main. They shut down the Sky Toss. They shut down the production. And we're going for the base trade. We're committing to the base trade. Hero again, he will lose his main. There are queens as well for transfuse. Let's go. Assuming we change. Never mind. Never mind. As here, he will clean up the main army. He will clean up his main base. Here at the same time, he's racing back home. Losing a lot of tech. Getting supply blocked. And we'll see if Reynor can get out. Oh god. As Barzo once again connecting. Oh, piling down the Tempest. Losing one, losing both Tempest. Nice Miles. Dark, is that you? Yeah, with that, Hero's been broken. Hero, this one, he has been broken. There are so many lurkers here. Nidus does reinforce once again. Storms are decent. But the High Templar, they just cannot push up the ramp. Not like this. Reynor, he barely overwhelms. Again, it was a very chaotic game, very chaotic. Good moments for both players. The Corruptors felt like were the MVPs. Remember, they sniped an expansion. They gave vision for the Nidus into the main. But again, a very close, very tense game here between both Hero and Reynor. And Reynor double expanding. Just take more bases, take more expansions, maintaining his economy. There's no more High Templar remaining. There's no more storms. GG gets called in. Reynor, he takes game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played again. Reynor, he does take a lead in the series. Again, a very intense back and forth there. Hero starting things off with a cheeky build, rushing into Tempest. Hey, he killed a base, killed an expansion, killed 6 drones, killed all the queens. Again, it wasn't a bad opener out of Hero. He got into the mid game. He was ahead. He was ahead in workers. The gold base was going to be a big factor for Reynor recovering in that game, and he failed to save the gold. Hero punished it. He shut it down. Like Hero, he was, again, much more in form coming into the mid game. And if you remember, Hero, he almost won the game with his push, but he was forced to warp in at home defensively. There was a roach counterattack at the natural. There were lings at the on the left hand side. There were corruptors going into the main, so there was harassment that was distracting herO, forcing defensive warp-ins, which means he could not keep pushing with his first storm timing. If you remember, that storm timing I feel like should have ended the game. It should have killed Reynor, but Reynor, he was able to hold, able to defend, able to counterattack. GG well played. With that, Reynor does take the first game, and now we're getting to game number 2. And what were the vetoes? Game 2 for the first time tonight is going to be on Last Fantasy. Let's go. Yeah, loading into Last Fantasy. Again, the most vetoed map in the map pool. I don't know what to expect. Let's go. As this map is a rare sight. Is a rare side, and here we go, spawning in the bottom hand corner of Last Fantasy. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Twisted Minds. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is Reynor. Sorry, it is herO for Twisted Minds. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. We go. Here we go. From here, we're going to be settling in. herO does scout bottom left, and now moving towards top left as well. We'll eventually find Reynor. And again, welcome to Last Fantasy. Last Fantasy is a 3-player spawn map. We see these kind of maps all the time when it comes to StarCraft Evolution, but it is a rarer sight here in StarCraft 2. So great to see its return here. Unfortunately, because it's so quirky as a map, it is the most vetoed map in the map pool, so we rarely get to see it. But I'm hoping it can survive and survive the next map pool rotation, and I'm hoping that we can embrace some more 3-player spawn maps as well in the future. Despite like the fact that we rarely see games on this map, we don't really see a lot of cheese on this map. We don't really see a lot of all-ins. There are definitely some other features here that come into play. First things first, it is a very defensive map. We've seen a lot of players turtle up successfully on 3 and 4 bases due to all these choke points, due to all these ramps, due to all these points of elevation and narrow entrances. So as a result, we have seen players succeed when it comes to turtling and teching. We'll see if herO can do the same, or if herO has other plans in store for us. Likewise, it was herO that did open up with a rush into Tempest last game, so our eyes are on herO when it comes to what kind of crazy shenanigans he has up his sleeve. And again, the Tempest rush wasn't bad at all. Like, it achieved a lot of damage. It did achieve a lot. You could definitely argue that herO overextended with his Void Rays, and he did lose his Void Rays prematurely. True. You can definitely make that argument. But overall, I do still think that herO was ahead after the early game, after he'd killed that gold base. herO was in a better position. It was Reynor that clawed his way back in. Here he does a thread and a dive. Ooh, it does commit to the shade. He's going to be shut down. Yeah, here it does overextend. Adept does fall. Nice big here from Reynor. That means the third base is going to be that much more vulnerable for herO, as he's down to 1 Adept instead of 2. Now Reynor just claiming his third. Just joining, just saturating. Here, as Reynor, also as herO does threaten a dive. So far, Reynor is keeping up. He's keeping up his defending. We're still waiting for our follow-up tech here. This is going to be an earlier Twilight Council. Interesting. So earlier Twilight Council out of herO. herO, he is fond of going into earlier blink to go into more blink aggression early on. Otherwise, this could be glaives. We're waiting for the forge. If no forge gets thrown down, it screams glaive adapts. 2 more gateways, 3 more gates, so we have a 4-gate setup here. And we are expecting glaives. Unless we see like a last second forge. But so far, no forge. Oh, going into blink. Okay. We did mention previously here that herO, he is fond of going into more blink aggression, so it's always hard to call when it comes to herO. If he doesn't take his gases here, this can turn into an 8-gate 3-base all-in, so we'll keep an eye on the gases to see how committed he is. The fact that there's no forge tells us that herO, like, he's not really thinking long-term. There's no longevity with this army, as he's going to be very far behind when it comes to the upgrades. That's why there's a higher chance that he might throw down more gates. So for now, he has a 4-gate setup. We'll see if he goes up to 6. Oracle pokes out. Again, we're waiting for either a late forge for late upgrades or extra gateways. So Oracle's affected. Do you see what I see? Extra gateways. 3-base all in. So there's going to be a 3-base all in here. So far, we do have a 5th gateway on the way. I mean, I say 3-base all in. We're expecting another pair of gateways as well. And again, no gases. No gases at the 3rd. There it is. Do you see what I see? Another gateway. There it is. Another gateway here at the natural. So extra gateways. Yep, proxy pylon. And there's the 8th gateway. There we go. So it's going to be a 3-base again. Oh, no, no! Oh, and Devs get caught out. Sorry, Stalkers, they get surrounded. And the all-in's being shut down ahead of time. The Queens, they push forward. The Oracle's doing what they can. The all-in has yet to really get into its own form here. Yet to really hit its stride. But so many Stalkers get sniped. Ay, 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 that was how many? That was 7 Stalkers going down. That's a full warp in. A rough start for herO. +1. Forge. This forge tells us that herO, he believes that this won't work. Ay, ay, ay. So herO, he falters for good reason. He's getting up to, I believe, 9 gates. And he starts charge. Yeah, he starts charge. He's trying to transition out of this. Trying to work his way out of this all in. Reynor going for a counterattack again. Reynor, he's just all over this. The wall is open. Gets into the natural. Warp in just now completing. herO? We're having fun. herO, he throws down a Nexus. Forced to recall back home, which means this Nexus is going to be cancelled. There's no saving this. Ay, ay, ay. And with that, probes are falling. Critical damage. This base should never finish. Ay, ay, ay. Otherwise, he could have set up shield batteries here and then an overcharge. Oh, that's a kill, not a cancel. Ah, no. herO is falling apart, Pappy. He's falling apart. 14 probe kills across the map as well. Ay, ay, ay. And herO, now he starts +1. Again, a very late +1 from herO. As he mentioned, he's trying to Frankenstein this build and trying to make it work. After he stumbled out the gate. Forces gateway gets shut down. herO now getting a 4th base. Late 4th out of herO. It's all just late. Reynor confirms. And upon seeing this expansion, that can tell Reynor to drone. Reynor, he's getting up to 3-base saturation. Getting up to, yeah, still building up to 3 bases. Like, the drone count is still very low for Reynor, just because he stayed on a very low gas count as well. He's on, what, 3 gases? As herO moves out to repower the proxy, Lings, they move in for another run by. Catching out the Stalkers as well. Oh, no. And Reynor is still staying on a low drone count. He's droning up to 70. That's just over 3-base saturation. Here he's committing across the map. Reynor, he's been focusing on he's been fixated on building up his army. He's got 11 queens. And we have 4 oracles in the sky. He's crazy. Oh my god. Files, they shut down one of the oracles. Station traps are denied. Lings, they hit the 4th base. Stalkers, they trade well for themselves. They do pick off some of the queens and some of the ravagers. The expansion survives. Shout out to the warpins. Warpins, they catch Reynor out. And here he defends back at home, but he will lose a big part of his main army. That was 11 stalkers falling and 3 oracles. We're making more, by the way. Making more oracles. Let's go. Oh god, Spinecall is already in the main? Jesus. I mean, that was from earlier, from the previous all-in. Wow, connects. Proxy is dealt with. And the oracles, they're trading well for themselves, but the queens are responding. And Reynor's about to max. He's about to max out. Now, Reynor doesn't have the most efficient army, as it's very Ravager heavy, but this is going to max nonetheless. And here is struggling to keep up. And again, here he has no power units. Like, he has no Storm, no Colossus, no Immortals, no Disruptors. Just purely Zealots and Stalkers. That's all we have. And Oracles. I guess they're the backbone of the army. Temple Archives now is on the way. Again, just because of how all-in and how aggressive and how committed here has been, that's why all the tech is late. And it's just been a very shaky game here from herO. Very shaky. But this game has also been very herO. 100%. Like, this game has just been herO freestyling, it almost feels. Which I appreciate. Still appreciate. I'm sure Reynor appreciates it as well. Like, let's go. He's an animal, Pop. He's an animal. As heroes are in expands, we do see the Temple Archives is complete. Archons are morphing in. Reynor pushing towards the northern base and towards the 3rd as well. There are units in position. Now, what I'm a little bit concerned by here is that I feel like Reynor should be trading. Reynor, oh, speaking of, nicely done. Does trade with the Zealots. Bailey's they crash in. At the same time, Reynor pushing forward. He's taking up into Lurkers. Thankfully, he's all stuck on Ling Ravager. He's taking up. Ooh. Yeah, here involves the Stalkers. Going for the expansion. And behind this, the Lurkers are on the way. Oh, that was another kill. Yeah, that was another kill, not a cancel on the expansion on the Nexus. Ay, ay, ay. And here we go. Reynor just collapsing in once again. Files on the Oracles. They will avoid. Thankfully. To avoid Lings, they still trade well here against the Stalkers. Lurker Gen is done. Likewise, Hive is done as well, so we can work towards those upgrades. There it is. Hive upgrades on the way for the Lurkers. And Lurkers that will soon morph in. And here just cannot keep up. Remember, he has no Storm. He barely has an economy. Going for the expansion. And GG gets called. Reynor, he will overwhelm, and Reynor takes a 2-0 lead. Whew, GG. GG, well played. With that, Reynor, he will take a lead here. Again, a very chaotic game out of herO. Game 1 was more back and forth. Game 1, I would say, was even in favor of herO for a good portion of that game before it all slipped away, before it all slipped through his fingers, and Reynor recovered in Game 1. Here in Game 2, it was herO going for an attempted 3-base all-in, attempted 8 gates, if not even 9-gate 3-base all-in, but Reynor, he was able to spot it at a time. He was able to be proactive. Remember, he killed 7 Stalkers before the gateways came online and before Blink even finished. Like, it was just a really, really early shutdown of the all-in, and early on, herO, he was forced to throw down a Forge, forced to start Charge as well. Like, he was already trying to get out of it. herO, he threw down a Nexus across the map, which was crazy. which made sense in regards to trying to like maintain that position and get shield batteries up and running. But if you remember, there was a Ling Rumble at the same time. It distracted herO and he lost the base. It was a kill, not a cancel. Lost the Nexus. It was a crazy game. GG, well played. Reynor, he survives the aggression of herO, and now we're getting into game number 3. Let's go. Getting into game 3. It's gonna be on ley lines, one of the more standard maps in the map pool. Thankfully. One of the more standard maps. We go. As spawning in the bottom left corner of ley lines, we have the South Green Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Twisted Minds down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is herO. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, with the blue Zerg player himself representing Basilisk from the land of Italy. It is Reynor. We go. Here we go. As we're calming down and we're settling into ley lines, of course being one of the more standard maps of the map pool, not as small and not as short as maps like Pylon or Ultra Love, not as large as Maganatha or Incorporeal, right down the middle. As a result, so we get a standard game. Again, herO, he's done something crazy every game so far. Game 1, rush into Tempest. Game 2, 3-base all-in with Mass Blink Stalker. Game 3, what haven't we seen? We haven't seen Glaive Adepts. True, we haven't seen Adepts. We haven't seen a charge base all in. We haven't seen something crazy like a Robo Opener. When it comes to the Korean Protosses, they're not really too fond of opening up Archon Drop. Archon Drop has been rising in popularity in the meta, especially in regards to the European scene. Players like Skillus, Mana, Geralt, Showtime, Max Packs. But the Koreans like Classic and herO haven't really adopted it too much. I think Creator has. Creator, he does mix it in every now and then. The other Koreans less so. So I'm not really considering Archon Drop. But here we go. Here we go. Now Reynor force take the unnatural natural. For now, just droning up, just saturating, nothing crazy so far. We're just waiting for our tech though. This is going to be Stargate opener out of herO. Standard opener so far. We'll see if he goes Void Ray or does he go Oracle. Wait for the first unit of choice. Likewise from Reynor, he's just going to be droning for the next couple of minutes. Then around the 4 to 5 minute mark, then we'll be able to see the tech of choice, whether he goes into an Evo Chamber, Roach Horn, or faster Lair. We'll see. The depth does threaten the shade. So now it is going to be the Oracle first. Oracle opener here is going to be moving out. The second Oracle's on the way. herO does throw down an extra gateway here before expanding. As he moves out with the Adepts. Lings nice around. Will take down one of the Adepts across the map. Will delay the third. Adepts are moving in, and Lings, they bust into the mineral line. Oh, this should not have happened. The boys are being pulled. This shouldn't kill any workers here, but will delay mining time. Mining time is delayed. Lings, they force the pulsar beam. They get a full scout. They confirm another Oracle. So triple Oracle opener here out of herO. Does open triple Oracle. Oh, nice round by Reynor. Catches out both Adepts. This has been a rough start. It's a very rough start here. herO losing 3 Adepts so far. Does get one drone. No. The Oracle takes a lot of hits, takes a lot of damage, has to get the hell out of here. And thankfully, there is still one Oracle at home to defend. The Lings, they move out to try to force a cancel, but they should not cancel the third. And they won't. Behind this, Eva Chamber for +1 melee. Meanwhile, we do have a faster Twilight Council in Forge. Now, if this was anyone else, I would assume +1 in charge. I would assume +1 in charge on the horizon. But herO, he, again, is fond of going for, at times, earlier Blink and earlier +1. So we'll see if it's going to be +1, Blink, or charge. We'll see. herO, he hasn't confirmed the Eva Chamber. He sees the Roach Warren. Okay, he sees the Warren. He does confirm the Eva Chamber. But with the safety Roach Warren, we shouldn't go into charge. Not like this. Yeah, Blink. Blink is on the way. As you mentioned, if a Zerg player skips their Roach Warren, then you can skip Blink and go straight into charge and go into Storm and go into a more intense army. We saw Showtime make use of that against Shin earlier. It's a great effect. But Reynor's playing safe. He's playing it safe. Likewise, herO picks in. Oh, and we're going for an all-in. It's been mainly herO that's been going for all these twists and turns so far in this series, but here in Game 3, Reynor, he's going for a German taxi. We have Overlord Speed on the way. We have the Lair on the way to morph in the Drop Lords. Queens are amassing, Lings are amassing, Roaches as well, and we are going for said all-in. It's going to be on herO to realize what's going on, as so far he has not scouted. And again, so far in this series, herO, he's been the one deciding and dictating the pace of the game, right? He's been the aggressor. Game 1, rushing into Tempest. Game 2, going for his own 3-base all-in. But now it's on herO to react and to respond. And that's where sometimes herO can struggle. And here we go, here come the Drop Lords. So we actually, if you remember, we brought this up during the Shin versus Showtime series, how Reynor, he popularized this variation of German taxi. It's not your standard German taxi, it's more committed. We have Queens, we have Roaches, we have Lings, we have Ravagers, we have the Queens in the Drop Lords, that's true, but also we have Ling drops as well. We have a Ling drop here on the right and a Ling drop here on the left. The goal here is to go for a Ling drop into the main base and the natural at the same time while we all in at the third. So it's going to be a tri-pronged attack here from Reynor. We can see that herO is getting a safety cannon in the main, so he's somewhat prepared, but the natural is exposed. He's getting ready, he's trying to at least. Storm is almost done. Lings, they collapse in, they go for the High Templar, they try to catch him out. And then we'll get one High Templar goes down. Gets one, there's one Templar left. Does focus fire. Nice pickoffs, no Storm. Yeah, both High Templar go down. 0 storms, there's 1 Storm coming in. 1 Storm connects, but only 1. And the third is being broken. Lings into the main, but again, there's a cannon to defend. Lings into natural, the natural is exposed. And probes are going to be going down. The boys are being pulled to defend. And Reynor, he's pulling herO apart. Queen's getting called out. But the probes, yeah, the probes are falling. The Ling drop does cripple. And because this variation of all-in, if you don't break the third base, the Lings, they usually get damage done. Like this, 63 probe kills. Insane damage. GG gets called, and Reynor, he will overwhelm. Reynor, he will take the series 3-0, taking down herO. GG. GG, well played. Again, this is the variation of German tactics that is very popular amongst the European Zurich players, from players like Reynor, from players like Lambo as well, and a laser. GG, well played. Whew. Oh my, does break through. Again, here he just wasn't quite ready for it. He was being greedy himself. Remember, he was rushing into Storm, and unfortunately for herO, if you remember, he had 3 High Templar. And we only saw 1 Storm because the first 2 High Templar got sniped. They got sniped early on at the 3rd base, so that did deny 2 Storms. And even if herO had them, I don't know if 2 extra Storms would have been enough to save the 3rd base. There was just so much there for Reynor. And again, herO, he was gearing up towards a longer game. He was teching, he was investing into upgrades. Wasn't quite ready for said all-in. GG, well played. With that, Reynor, he will claim the series to 2 pros remaining. Crazy, buddy. And with that, Reynor, he will take down herO. Of course, he was knocked down to the lower bracket where he faced off against Rogue to make it through into the playoffs. But Reynor did advance on in 1st place. And it was a really dynamic series. Again, like herO, he was looking really strong in the 1st game. Less so in Game 2 and Game 3. Like Game 2 and Game 3, Reynor was just all over herO. Game 1 was kind of the chance for herO to set the pace and to set the tone for the series, but barely didn't quite make it through. Like Game 1 was so close and so clutch. I would say the highlight for the series. Game 2 and Game 3, more one-sided. More one-sided in favor of Reynor. GG, well played. With that, Reynor, he does make it through, and now we have 1 series remaining here tonight. We have 1 more best of 5, a TVP between Clem and Classic. Let's go.